Welcome to another Immigration Art video. My name is Art Serratelli, and I'm the partner at Van Deventer Black that runs the Immigration Law Group. We have a nationwide practice. We are available to assist you in all 50 states. Immigration is federal law. It's the same law everywhere. And we can help you with any kind of case you have. Green cards, work visas, visitor status, changing from a temporary status to a green card permanent status, becoming a U.S. citizen. If you have trouble with deportation, we deal with that too. Our contact information is below in the information under this video on YouTube. And if you need us, call us. This video is trying to distinguish between two concepts. One is an entry into the United States, and the other is a parole, if you get paroled into the United States. What's the difference, and why does it matter? Let's take the, quote, typical entry. When you enter America at the border, you usually have a visa of some sort, and you are entered into the country as a person with the status that matches the status on your visa. So if you have an H-1B work visa, you are entered into America as an H-1B worker. If you have a visa for visiting, a visitor visa, then you're entered into America at the border. They let you in, you're entered, you make an entry as a visitor, and then you do what you're supposed to do. So that's pretty straightforward. If you enter in a certain status, then naturally you must behave in America according to that status. So if you enter as an H-1B worker, you better work. And you need to work for the company that, quote, sponsored your H-1B. If you come in to visit, you can't go to school. A visitor doesn't go to school. They visit and go home. You can't come in as a visitor and start working. Visitors don't work. It's called vacation. It's a visit. You're supposed to visit, vacation, and go home. If you come in as a business visitor, you're allowed to go to business meetings, but you can't get a paycheck from a United States company because then you're working in America rather than just representing some business interest overseas in meetings in the United States. So the corollary rule is once you enter, you have to follow the rules that govern the status in which you entered. And if you do that, your entry is good for as long as the entry document, the I-94 card, allows you to stay here. So that's an entry. Why is advanced parole any different? That lets you into America also. Parole is a specific term of art, and it means essentially that you're, quote, getting paroled in at the border for a specific purpose. For example, if there's something questionable about your immigration papers at the border, they may parole you in to go to the local immigration office near where you're visiting and get your paperwork straightened out at the field office inside America. So when you get paroled in, you're paroled in for a specific purpose. Now, if you have a travel document that lets you get paroled in, you got it probably because you're in line for a green card. That's the most popular example. You're either in line for a green card through marriage, or you're in line for a green card based on your job. If you're in line for a green card, you are entitled to get advanced parole, meaning, in theory, every time you come to the border, they should, quote, parole you in, and you don't even need a visa anymore. That sounds really good, right? Wrong. It's good and it's bad. It's good because you don't have to ever get a visa again. You just come and go on this advanced parole, and then when your green card's approved, you get the green card. But what is the specific purpose? What is the reason for the parole? If you're waiting for a green card, you're being paroled in for one purpose: to go back and continue waiting in line to get the green card that you applied for through either work or marriage. If you applied through work, you probably have an independent work visa that is like a safety net. You're waiting for the green card up here, and in case it doesn't get approved, you still have underlying work status. Like, for example, you have an H-1B. The H-1B is your safety net status. So if you have advanced parole and you're waiting for a green card, I would say you should also have the underlying work status active and alive. So at the border, when you're coming back, they're not letting you in for one specific purpose. They're not letting you in to do you a favor to get back in line and wait for a green card. They're letting you in, if you keep a work visa, they're letting you in for the purpose of working. And your stay here is controlled by the rules of that visa. So if you have a 3-year H-1B, you enter and you're allowed to be here for 3 years. Now, how is that different than parole? Well, if you have parole and you get paroled in, you're only here for one purpose: to make sure you get back in line and wait for the green card. If the green card gets denied, your reason for being here no longer exists. And then, if you don't have any underlying H-1B or some other type of status to keep you here, if you don't have any other status to keep you here, and your case gets denied, the green card gets denied, you have to leave. So the parole is very, very specific and very limited. So that's why we tell our clients, if you're in line for a green card, have another way to stay here, please. Please keep your H-1B, for example, or your L-1A. If, however, you're in line for a green card through marriage, those green cards go quickly. As of the date of this video, a green card case is going very quickly. They only take about 5 months, maybe 4 months, sometimes 3, sometimes 6, but they're quick. They're quick. So if you can, don't travel if you don't have to. Just wait for the green card. Stay put for 5 months. If you need to travel, travel. Sometimes these rules are as clear as mud. If you have questions, feel free to give us a call. Thanks.